All right, let's talk about the other side of this sheet where you tried to solve these problems using your graphing calculator. So the first one is 3 to the 4th power. Just a reminder to do exponents. We type in the base, which is 3, then use this caret button. Sorry, you can't see it. Then use this caret button, the little up arrow, type in your exponent, press enter, and 3 to the 4th power is 81. I would take any notes you need to take about how to do these over off to the side here. Square root of 25, we're going to press the second button, and then this x squared button, notice in blue it has the square root symbol. Type in 25, square root of 25 is 5. Again, any notes can go in this box over here. Negative 4 squared. I always, for these, type the negative button first, which is down here next to the enter button. So negative button first, and I always put the base in parentheses so that it looks like this. Then press enter, and the answer is negative 16. All right, I'm back. Miss Kibler stopped by, and so, again, I forgot what I was saying. But let's go ahead and pick up with negative 5 minus 12. So when you do problems like this, just make sure you're using the negative button down here for negative 5, and then the minus button right here for minus 12. So know the difference between when it's a negative and when it's subtraction. And that is negative 17. For fractions like this, I always put the numerator in parentheses in the calculator. So I'm going to type in parentheses 60 minus 20, close your parentheses. Remember the fraction bar means division, so divide it by 4. And the answer is 10. For this one, I usually put the whole fraction in parentheses so the calculator doesn't get confused. So parentheses 3 divided by 4 is 3/4 plus parentheses 1 divided by 6. Now remember, if you want to make that a fraction, hit math and number 1 and press enter. And it's 11/12. Square root. So hit the math button. Never mind, second quit. Just hit the square root symbol. And we're going to type all of this under the square root. So 12 plus 3. The x squared button is right here, so you don't have to use the caret button. 3 squared minus, and then in parentheses, 8 plus 2. And notice that our square root symbol extended through all of it. I'm going to round to the nearest hundred, 3.32. 30% of 240. For percentage, remember you just need to change that to a decimal. So 0.3, move a decimal place over 2. So 0.3 of means multiply 240. We get 72. I'm going to type in 3,500,000 times 27,500,000. Now, this is scientific notation. So that little e means times 10. So my answer is 9.625 times 10 to the 13th power. The number after the e is an exponent. Now I want to find the 4th root, so use the math button, scroll down to number 5, see how it has the x by the square root symbol, type in 4 for 4th root, and then 3164.0625, press enter, and we got 7.5. Now to graph. Y equals, go ahead and clear any equations that you have in the y equals. We want to find the absolute value of x. So hit the math button and scroll over to where it says number. Number 1, ABS, stands for absolute value. And notice that now we have the absolute value symbols there. The X button is right here. Press X, press enter, then hit graph. If I want to sketch this graph, it looks like that. Go back to y equals, press clear, and let's type in 2 times 3 to the x power. So use your caret button and put your x in the exponent. Hit graph. And this graph looks like this. For our arithmetic sequence, go to y equals, press clear. Go ahead and type in 2 plus 4, parentheses, x minus 1, close parentheses. Hit graph. And here's our graph. And then lastly, let's just type in this other equation. Press clear to get rid of the equation you had, x squared. I use the squared button right here. Or you can do caret 2, either one, plus 3, and hit graph. And here we go, a U shape.